Hi, I'm Karina, and today we are going to discuss in detail topper placement. Topper placement is one of those really important things that can make or break your topper wearing experience. Placing the topper on the right part of your head for the topper really helps make it look natural and seamless. So I'm going to show you 3 different types of toppers today and how to place each of those toppers correctly so that it looks the most natural on you. The first type of topper that I'm going to discuss today is a monotop or a closed lace front topper. This is going to be one where there's not an extension of the topper, but it's closed like this and the hair kind of comes out in front of it. Typically, this type of topper is best placed slightly behind your hairline so that you can incorporate your bio hair into the topper. So I'm going to show you kind of where I place it, and then we'll adjust it once it's on. But that's kind of my rough placement. And then I like to clip in 1 clip at a time. Some people do 2 at a time, that's fine. I typically start in the front and work my way to the back. Okay, once I've placed it, the blend is not terrible, but it's also not great, right? So I'm going to brush my bio hair up and through the topper, and this helps incorporate a little bit of your bio hair into the topper. Now, this type of topper is best suited for those that don't have the frontal fibrosia, where your hairline is receding back and back. If you do not have quote unquote a receding hairline, then this probably is going to be a decent topper for you because you have a little bit of bio hair to incorporate into the topper. So as you can see, my blend's still not great. I'm going to scoochie my topper up just a little bit, and then I'm gonna follow it up with a little bit of hair building fibers. For comparison's sake, I've scoochied my topper just a little bit forward, all the way in front of my hairline so that you can see the difference. Now, there is no blend here. It's just the topper starts right there at the front of my hairline. You don't see any of my own hair sticking out. Now, I'm not saying that this is wrong or this is bad. For some people, this works. For me, I like to incorporate some of my bio hair. I think that gives me a more natural look, like the topper is actually growing out of the top of my head, which is the intention of the topper. Now we're moving on to a silk top topper. Now, I blend this slightly differently because, as you can see, it's a little bit thicker. There's more fabric in through here. You have that front comb, so it's not gonna lay as flat. So typically with this type of topper, I like to give myself a side part instead of a center part. And then I'm going to brush my hair slightly to the side, and we're going to back comb it just ever so slightly for a little bit of extra lift, okay? Then I'm going to pull it forward, my bio hair, and take my topper and the comb, and I'm going to kind of scoochie it in until the placement's just right. Once again, clipping in 1 topper at a time, or 1 clip at a time, excuse me. Now this, once again, is gonna go slightly behind your hairline, just like we did with a monotop topper or a closed lace topper. And then we're going to brush the hair up and through the topper, once again, same concept, and follow it up with a little bit of hair building fibers. Now these fibers are gonna be a little bit more important with this silk top just because of the thickness of the topper. So then you'll just want to brush through your topper all the way. Okay, now, if you are like me and you have those weird wiry baby hairs that are like right up in front, this is the time where those little baby hairs come in handy. You're going to use those for your blend. So as you can see, I've kind of like pulled a little bit of those out right up in front. And what that does is that really hides that transition between your bio hair and the topper. It just kind of makes it look just like it's coming out of your head. Okay, so once again, this is where my bio hair ends and the topper begins so that you can see about how far I have it behind my hairline. About a finger width, maybe slightly less if you have less hair like I do. Okay, lastly, we have that extended lace front topper right here. So as you can see, it's an open lace or an extended lace. The lace is coming all the way out to here. Now, you're not gonna keep that lace on there. You're gonna trim it back once you figure out where exactly you want the hairline to fall. But do keep in mind, you can always take more lace off, but you can't put it back on. So just trim a little bit at a time. So What we're gonna do is the same basic concept. We're gonna place it on our head, but because it has that extended front lace area, this is going to be ideal for people that have a receding hairline or frontal fibrosia or anything to where they want to bring the topper all the way to the front of their hairline. I typically use True Match by L'Oreal to add a little bit of powder to that lace top or monotop area and blend it in to my forehead. So we would just dab a little bit of that along the part line to cover up any little knots right up in front, and that will help it blend beautifully into your scalp and make it look like it's growing out of your head. There you go. I will link both the L'Oreal True Match and the SureThick hair building fibers that I use. If you have any questions, please comment below and I'd be happy to help out. Otherwise, subscribe for more wig and topper tips and content.